So let's get an update here. Abby, I wasn't here for this on Friday before spring break, but this had everything to do with a kid's birthday party and an Amazon wish list. That was kind of tacky.
Yeah, so our listener is the mom of a 4-year-old little boy, and he's been invited to a birthday party for a friend from his school that was over the weekend. And so this is the first party outside of his family that he's ever gone to. And on the invitation, she noticed something was a little weird. She saw that on there was a link to an Amazon wish list. The invitation said, gifts are appreciated. However, we kindly ask that you stick to the list. She thought that was super rude. She's like, how are you going to tell me what to buy your kid? It takes all the fun out of it. And so we all thought that it was really convenient. Like, why wouldn't you want to know exactly what to get this kid so you don't waste money? You're not getting him something he doesn't want. And we thought it was a great idea, but this listener seemed to think that it was very presumptuous to tell us what to get him.
Yeah, Cass and I were like, anything you can do to help us out, thank you. Like, absolutely. Especially if it's like a kid from your kid's preschool class. You don't know what toys they have at home. You very easily could be doubling up on something. So to have an Amazon wish list with items that are reasonably priced.
Yes.
Like we're talking about, if you got stuff on there that's $10-15, abso-freaking-lutely. However, some people called and they were like, no, this is rude. And she actually enjoys taking her kids to the store and letting them pick out something for the child's birthday party they're going to. And I'm like, more power to you. We don't do that. I go to Amazon and I get that shipped right to the house.
I love that because then it makes the kid actually think of the other kid and what they might like. And
There's a lesson there for sure.
And for parents that have either like daughters or sons, sometimes they're really kind of clueless on what to get a child that isn't the same gender as their own. So a wish list here would be really, really helpful. I wouldn't think it's tacky.
I didn't either, and I thought it was hella helpful, especially if it's a kid that we're not as familiar with, like somebody from like Jimmy's preschool, where I've never been to this person's house. I have no idea what toys they do and do not have.
Mo's got the update.
First off, I appreciate all the advice and opinions. I can understand why you may see the Amazon wish list as helpful rather than rude. However, I still personally view it differently, especially considering the wording on the invitation implied that sticking to the list was required. That being said, I did allow my son to attend the party because I didn't want him to miss out on a fun time with his little friends. However, I made a deliberate choice not to purchase anything from the Amazon list. Instead, I took my son to Target and allowed him to pick out any gift within my budget that he thought his friend would enjoy.
This is something Cassie would do. She does not like buying off of the wish list.
I'm reformed now.
Yes.
Now that I got married myself, I understand.
Okay.
So now I shop off wish lists, but I might get you something bonus off the list.
After what happened at the party, I now feel very strongly that my initial feelings are accurate. As the birthday boy opened his gifts, his mom sat beside him, creating a list of who had given him what. She was also making sure he said thank you to each gift giver. However, when my son's gift was unwrapped, the mom quickly took it from the boy, set it aside in a separate pile, and proceeded to the next gift without a thank you or any acknowledgement. To me, this means that it was definitely not a situation where the list was to make things easier on the other parents, but rather a specific demand, and I definitely feel this was rude and tacky. I really feel that a strict gift expectation completely takes away from the sentiment behind gift giving. I mean, isn't it the thought that counts? Requiring a specific gift takes away from the thought, right? Anyhow, thank you for your opinions. I still appreciate them. I'll definitely try to be more open-minded and not rush to judgment on people's intentions. However, in this case, I think my original feelings may have been right.
You talk about champagne problems right here.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, we're having tension with another family because we went off the wish list. It's just it's a champagne problem.
And I mean, maybe she could be one of those parents that has very specific rules and regulations when it comes to certain plastics or items in her home or whatever. And that's why she had created the list. I do think it's odd that there was no thank you exchange.
Yeah.
That seems a little... That seems a lot tacky. But hey, you still went. You allowed your son to go, which I think is the right thing to do. And you got to have the experience of him picking out a toy.
I don't think the other mom is tacky at all because we did this exact same thing at my cousin's bridal shower. Like one of the other maids of honor sat down next to her, grabbed the gift, wrote it down so we knew who to write thank you cards to later. So it wasn't to make a list to be like, oh, who got him what off of what wish list. It was probably just to be able to know who to thank later. And the kid is, 4 or 5. Maybe he didn't think to say thank you in the moment right now, but they're probably just trying to make a list so that they can get you a thank you card later.
Well, she's saying because she had the kid thank everybody as he was opening the gifts, but the ones that didn't come off of the registry didn't get a thank you in the moment.
Yeah.
Which is rude, but can it also be considered rude to get someone a gift when they gave you a list of everything they wanted and you went rogue and did what you wanted to do anyway?
And I can't remember the last time I was at a kid's party where they opened the gifts. Like, they don't do that. Like, they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, because then you got a little riot going on with all the other kids that want to play with them immediately.
Yeah.
And not saying thank you is totally tacky and rude, I agree, but it's probably because she didn't want to dwell on it, so the kid didn't see the gift so that she can get rid of it later for whatever reason.
Maybe so.
I have that, like some people in my family will buy stuff that my husband and I don't green light, so we accept it and we say thank you, and then we donate it.
The Bert Show.